Baba Adkwart Studios. Oko TFM radio so a obeti enka ho nyame onhira o se onyamre tie na hwe Adkwart Studio. Yeah. And Rebecca ya siama so ewo ha. Radio dum Ghana ho adwendwen ya nti ebedi Ghana onko. Rebecca kwa ba.
Yaja, first doctor.
Never cause
Yes, Wadaroma. Or the young hatching. No, no, me hold to them kakra. But Radium, I'm just for me, Jamaica say a yara.
The Yamias is a radiator. Yeah, when I'm there, a do baby now who say Brenna Bana, what your home kakra. Nothing, so yata, and no last soup.
Okay.
Ayo, wow.
Light soup. Okay.
Unya ene what they say kawunsusa on say ya na body ni hia ne bi na ye no say de nyame si boy ye no ye body no ehia nduane nuro bi na
no kre
kawunsusa ya de a bebre nim eboa papa duru ba bi kra na obetimi on say ma hodo mi no on betimi abrenda na warno.
Okay.
On say brenda basa bi on ma energy na na so ati. Yeah, dem ya see because baby adwuma no doso. Adwuma we anim no nti ehia modin.
Sir.
Reverend sir already adum wa ya. Edu baby ya na political parties no omo defend omo nkrofo say it said dia kura no a omo so eye but answer na no Musa say Reverend Ghana tibia ye wom say na osi hu no
yo Apostle Doctor me da wase na ma mencha atiefo a say won da je ani wom ahoden ani wom attention e di Adkwart Studio ejumadi achi any studio aka o mo so tie yen nyame nhira obi a nyame mpa ne se nyame nkoso nomu o mo monte de yase na mo biara aga na benya firi mu so o mo so nsanka na awurade be hira yen nyina amen. Apostle Doctor eye I know say mo hono mu a ya na me si apini boni se me lament Ghana se Ghana enka o man a ye wo enwumanimfo Ghana ya produce obi ti se Kofi-Addo the whole world United Nations no ye Secretary General ya produce obi ti se Eben Chambers ya produce obi ti se President Akufo, President Tamers, President Lawrence by mpanyimfo bi wa banone a nansen sa wotie kura na se UK United Kingdom wo finance minister ba kura na Ghana na wo hwese de Ghana ekoya Apostle obi obeka se eye bia na se nipa no oni 3 modern anyoma nkoyi kra
anema de Reverend never nkoyi because he says cement do 100 cedis 1 bag of cement
bedu
and then more 1 bag san kitwa no kra no but Reverend ansa na yebetie obi so nsembia ho ka still ano these people defend omo ejina say enemaye anna omo wo baby foforo bia na anye Ghana no mo
Apostle omo ni baby foforo omo Ghana na sade ya na metaka no ho ye wo deceivers omo eye behind the political parties no deceivers na make can say won wie nipa adwen na obeka asem so na nye no kore ebi etonton nuro ani nuane there was a time bi me koto aduane bi wo hwa banana e boho no na de we asi adron aduane no a Apostle fu abaka koto bi me di yemantimi ani anwie me so na me enti omo deceive me enti sankrofo no a omo ya aban no ye no omo ye nipa bonefo a eni kwase Ghana fo bedi omachi na Ghana ni a obedi saafo na chi no sade ya metaka no na je se wadwen no wo mfa nya adwuma enti wo so nim se nipa bebre ni adade a wo de madwen be ye adwuma enti obedi siivu yen na waka che se eye nanso so no se yesi kromu be ya oda ani obotom eye no ese obotom so kyerɛw nanso so no manfo ebire ntiase omo deceive yan omo nye
Reverend asa same we say akoso even politicians no create to because she obotom na to aba nti ya na Ghana for she obotom na to aba
da bi Ghana for no bebre omo de colors na to aba omo de nipa ni din na to aba omo de tribal politics na to aba nti na ma Ghana ye bre no na me na me dikan because senka Akufo-Addo wa me ma mpanyina nka me mpre da nti me de Akufo-Addo din Akufo-Addo na to aba na abɔ me so ani me ne nti ese no me nya sa mfumso no bio
and what is argument with that we don't for that
oh in fact President Akufo-Addo die so ye bo wo fa de to bo ade bi a nka me mfa nto mini ade papa bi a metin di papa na ya ama mani age wo mabra bom.
Okay, Reverend, with the yana obi kan is a artist we stand to be corrected. Sir obi anso hwehwe mu a waye ne say Akufo-Addo ne president what it is ne president ni na
no kra me kwambi so ka se me mark ya president ya ba wo man Ghana mu no Akufo-Addo ni obi a sabi wa bon pa na oman no amamuo no so no eni ni da yeso
na Reverend say wa bon say amanyasem no mu anase say odi oman no so no bon ana ono so abin o
apostle say ka say obi abon a obi ye lecturer wa kyerɛ de one of the universities enso no wa bon wo amanyasem.
Okay,
wa kyerɛ topic bi course bi a wa kyerɛ kama but reality no wo ka so mfanya adwuma a wonye nti me ka sɛ President Akufo-Addo obi a wa bon a nyase bi a wa bon wo na adwene mu ana ne borfo ka sɛ mu ne mom so ya ade amamfa so abaso na anya ensunsanso papa wo man mu no onka ho kra
or the IT say engineer or the kind nam or engineer or try there or you so oil lecturer na the battery terminal free you know so
okay
no coffee fit anymore ba
ka engineer de nka wo so to me
wa betimi aka da wa chere bia o battery terminal free ade kra na wo tika na anymore a show say yin so no
onim ho hwe in fact sani
fan do theory na
practicals in there omunya de practicals in there
yo yen konkohwe na yentie we ya yentie na na fa yakona yentie de we ya broni pa no wata si ahihye sansem we yo.
The worst president Ghana has ever had since independence is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Ghana, 2017 to 2024. He is a Ghanaian politician, a lawyer, a founding member of New Patriotic Party, NPP, who has served as the 5th president of Ghana under the 4th Republic since 2017 to date, and the 13th president or head of state in the history of Ghana. He became the president of Ghana at the age of 72 and currently at 80. He previously served as Attorney General and Minister of Justice of Ghana from 2001 to 2003, and as a Minister for Foreign Affairs from 2003 to 2007 under elsewhere President Kufuor administration. As President-elect, Nana Akufo-Addo plagiarized 2 ex-U.S. presidents' speeches in his inaugural speech address on 7th January 2017.
I ask you to be citizens.
Take a look at it.
I ask you to be citizens. Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not spectators.
Citizens, not subjects.
Citizens, not subjects.
Responsible citizens, building communities of service and a nation of character.
Responsible citizens, building your communities and our nation.
He was noted to be the leader and one of the organizers of the biggest demonstration in the history of...
Reverend, we share President Akufo-Addo in the background I don't know that Diana and son the speech in this one.
And the background no that ye be. Nemum ne political party and our shimuno. Any a demonstrations are why
Oh, so share senior na baby or share see as a lawyer. Na oba for amangwe
sir.
The baby oba ya ba beduru ye. Any demonstrations are not all
yeah.
No be any
sir.
This man
or I papa at the mine
in the heart.
Sir. Nti ekwambiso no yebeka se ne background no ene ye hwe so trouble man no nanso so no apart from that ne papa so ebe ye o mampanyin anas ni nanam sa big six no ne nkrofo miensa edi na wo so nti anje bibia no na yenim se ne history ne historical background kora no ebe ka asem bia kire no ama o de adwuma akoye se tetifo no bia obi the gold akwhye baabi na wachire ne nana nim de hye na wose yemkotu a obi akase yemko because o nana achire de hye de a nti in fact eno ma be deceive Ghana for pa
na Reverend we hear the speech now the bush because bush din kan ansana or no na o hwe as a president ahanya America
abi
na se obi speech or no other man nation na se the whole president to me obi speech the man just say a day no ankasa obegina on mo as a president also and of feeling nation
apostle doctor your boy me tie yi na me kase na me kase abon e won dwumadie bu no sa anya ho nko asoso theological kra no abon because your university ya wa yi bi thesis so wo be wi school a wo tro book thesis na obi edika tro ase ade abetro bia obi atro enti asem a wo kan e wo so wo body odi kan e kan ho asem no ko tu no sade asumasi kan sei no nanka waka na ada president Akufo-Addo ye ni speech no me that na me MPP ni manager na de na blof no so de
oh yeah
enna ya shedum katia ebe kan say copyright no ye na o say American for kra be chi no enna me say copyright ben ya bonitrima kan sem sei na enna meeting yi ma ye disappointed sa all king kan nyina obi adwen mu enna o de man na so na adwen de na hwe nim o de Ghana for ne obi aka bush so ne kofo mampanyi kofo ene bae nti bush de no wo mo smile president kofo smile Akufo-Addo ene ode sai ne nkrofo bi ko hobi
nti ono kwa chi
nti ni speech no obo no uti na ye ne December di president ya na mo smile kan but yenye no sa yesa me no mienu ye wo hoi Nyankopon bo a Sunday asema be kana sorry no e wo sa wo prepare no aka ya sofo ni kwa sa sofo bi preach wo TV so na o preach no na o bia o preach fa forgiveness na wo so wo se na ma ko preach forgiveness asa chesa wonim nyansa wonim ne wo ye enti sa speech pa de chesa sa papa no 2020 election na obema speech no na wonim de wo be ye no 2021 till this time enyanwa Sagana, ya honchire ya na nyoma nkoyi.
Reverend, when you say can you maybe a serious grana, I have to question him.
Papa, na ye ma un question no because MPP no nkrofo bi hihye mu a wo question na wo nya aduane ni. Nti no so ho e ka hye na wo mudidi. Chese nkrofo bi na edidi nti na wo say ye no. Ya sa de ankanye.
Yo, nana fa ye kona yan to aso ne nsem na nipa na kan na ye fa ma na they didn't care crowd
I am very disappointed. Very disappointed. So will be president be there walker. Na pepe one change word. Radi hu yambo. Ya boni atua Ghana for.
Ghana, known as Kume Preku demonstration against introduction of value-added tax, VAT, in 1995, during President Rawlings' administration, this was what he said during the demonstration.
That's right. The problem is that we haven't been able to.
The policies that the government has been implementing are policies that do not find favor with the general mass of our people, and that the mass of the people of this country have been systematically impoverished during the period of Rawlings' rule.
But today, President Akufo-Addo's administration has introduced more than 28 tax handles to the people of Ghana and has subsequently increased the value-added tax as well. Akufo-Addo first ran for president in 2008 and again in 2012, both times as the candidate of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, but he lost on both occasions to the National Democratic Congress, NDC, candidates, John Evans Atta Mills in 2008 and John Dramani Mahama in 2012. After the 2012 general elections, Akufo-Addo refused to concede defeat and proceeded to court to challenge the electoral results. But the Supreme Court of Ghana affirmed Mahama's victory. This was what Nana Addo said after the Supreme Court verdict.
Reverend, politicians, yeah, no, because President Akufo-Addo kumi prekuna oye no sure na osi Lawrence the tax ekuye entino omo di kura omo demonstration no funda kakra eso bi o ajese yefia nto adaka no prekosie onso obaye no tax no kwa no bro 28 Reverend enti ya na omo conscience
je omo obi na omo munipa. In fact, yeah, a mama who say, Ghana, ye mistake na ye did home. A dream maybe you did a mistake. I say, they're saying, and actually, because President Akufo-Addo, Tamana was a ordinary person like me, and no. Or your demonstration was fra a yutuma. Now, when you demonstration to a free yutuma, that's a demo cry. Me ka me tutu no ho no na me ye adwuma wo insurance bi na me kwa akopɛ mo bi kakra free adwuma ho na obi wu kura o na
enipa wu
o mo se what the ahokyeraba tax na yi I was saying VAT na odi aba no ɛso o mo ngasa VAT no nyɛ so onte so na ye ho kyere ye ne sɛ ontimi nte so de ne onku ye preko. Ba papa we me fa me President Akufo-Addo wo ban na me so stabilize taxes na if possible cranka what tibiso
why you be cry free
no because me wade ba ko bi tia MPP ebesi nne enu nti MPP bomb me because tama president mmeresi wo ho no MPB no wo oboase e dey president Messi call court.
My name is quite
good.
Yeah.
I say,
yeah, petrol.
Well, I say, I was saying, refinery hono. Omubo ka President Akufo a time no a cabai. Sorry, or buy no sikaw ho. The President Akufo ka say be careful until no. What the levy tax be beto so near friend no. I can say refine levy.
Yeah, no, I'm saying petrol be.
Your cost. Enti papa ya oye MPP ni Akufo-Addo bank oye no deputy finance minister. Osi sa sika no ye twa wie enti president Mres 1 CDB edaso a na ye di twa sa oil refinery no cost no. Onyimfre so Supreme Court bua say ampa sa sika no tete wonte no atwa wie enti no onyimfre so. President Miss, the then president, and yam friso. Me bufu President Miss said, I saw ding. A dear court to cry buatiawo, no one yam friso. And that Yameya Duma MPP buy, no, or more yam friso. And almost had a touch the bizarre cocan. Let me who's a uncle for me, a mamma for me, any pub bonnet for omo deceive Ghana because in some omo ka find this in nyina no na omo kra be ye west eso omo kan ama ye wura tamis nyame mfa ne kransie na obi te se me sebe nka papa yi wo ye mabusuani bi a nka me de ne fit the picture be bo me dem eso na hwe me because of MPP in some omo ka fa president miss any NDC hunti musumu baya mo de taxes abegu so chen de na president miss wo ho enti se wo kasa sa wo ye west president in fact me ne ya adwen because fuela mama eja ho no na ye tono inside about 25 cities say who person wo to 1 gallon would need about 70 plus wouldn't even talk
the reverend say win him say you can't see a cry say pick up auto 2 gallons
and fan no baby
and can you not be taught me fan say me taught 300 a year between the crasses bed nantia and auto 300 the gumwa they say water 3 gallons and agum
oh until sa papa we yet me yes said ya and we west president even ye levy kra no am de baye no omo tete sika basa apostle doctor
na say ye levy ya kan say me send this cabrewa me send ya betim won so won saka na ko ye betim enti emfa se bia say 100 series
that taxes taxes
receive an old man na ko be you be 10 cities na place
very bad omo ye nipa bonefo
fair ko ne ntia ne kakra na asemu
MPP aban me support party ni biunda in my life me to mo biunda
o na se BBC na omo ekanya omo sachira
omo wo mu no ano omo wo mu no asisi ano omo no na bi omo besa wom because Akufo-Addo ahye abobbo ne points ma sankrofo yi omo ne besa kuta party no ntimi nkom
dana fioko
me na me pe party omo ye liberal
I accept it.
Basa we dey omo ye difficult.
I accept that what the court said brings finality to the election dispute. We shall not be asking for a review of the verdict, so we can all move on in the interest of our nation.
Akufo-Addo was again chosen as the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, for the 3rd time in the 2016 general elections, and this time round, he defeated the incumbent President John Mahama in the first-round ballot with 53.85% of the vote, and was declared the winner of the 2016 presidential general election. He campaigned based on major issues confronting Ghana at the time, like high unemployment, corruption, exchange rate, protection of the public purse, and promises such as Planting for Food and Jobs, Nation Builders Corps, NABCO, for job creation, One Village, One Dam, One District, One Factory, free senior high school, and many others. But when he was asked on BBC Hard Talk about the cost of free senior high school, he did not know the cost. And this was what he said.
And press want to know is, where exactly is the money going to come from next time around, if you're in power, for some of the very extravagant promises you've made? You, for example, have offered free secondary schooling for all Ghanaians, a promise you say you absolutely will deliver in 4 years in power.
Papa yadi omani sharing sana na osi obebo omani ho ban okatasi she
mansika
ya obebo omani ho ban ewo obibie enyuma One Village, One Dam obeye niema she say onu hu yi say yakamu amusa say obayi sa niema obegina simpie so papa so kan Reverend say na baumi akasa mo bie nyuma am say that 2000 ayi ta all can be busa say Reverend Kumasi and Ashanti region one who say omo bie adwuma bi
Apostle Dr. Bawumia de ya nkeka kana sensa na Bawumia de woye obi a odi president a enyi se Ghana e de aba no hye Bawumia nsa meka se Ghana akoto amenem because they working President Akufo-Addo time and o mo hye bo akese so one village one dam no de be den o mo de be tomatoes o mo de be dua vegetables o mo de be yemfuo and net tomatoes ye kobo kin na kofa de to so bi onkra no san ya homete kra no se wo se obebo public purse ahoban na chese wono de wo ma Ghana sika
leakage bi ma
enkwa abontin Akufo-Addo ni o mampanyina ni minister dem ni maid servant etim ko nya sika about $5 million a up to now maamini ntimi nkan sika kora sika no ba bi efiri
ana kwan afaso
nyae na Ghana akoye se Akufo-Addo dia na woni ne nkrofo nko na ye de nti a me ka we nyina ne se President Akufo-Addo nsem a okeka nyina ye na da na oni Bawumia na ye ni nyina ohun sa Bawumia nso kan bi ese fundamentals a President Mama edi ye adwuma no very weak.
And you know, are weak.
And the exchange rate will expose you. And the exchange rate will expose you. Say, Mama, fundamentals are not weak. No, exchange rate expose you. No. If you $1, you 1 cedi, I copy 4 cedis. We more, womuya intellectuals. Womuya very competent according to them. Womu fundamentals near very strong to them. No? They say Ghana currency, 15 cedis to $1. Na se Ghana ni bi, ewa adwenia, yede trasi reason. Yala wotaka reason. Eta reason ya. Enka Bawumia de ye money di nka asem papa. Se yede Ghana ehyensa. Because ne master no a, woni ne ba ya wo mo etwitwa tro ekeka nsem a omuntimi nye because of say Ghana yan reason yan nwunu kwa chenti no omdugu yeso se omba ye omoto atwi omuba ye no sidi no kwa na ekọ na sidi na ekọ no eye empanyimfo ntina sidi ni kosa omudi sika no ekọ abrochiri oma wiawia Ghana sika ma
reference oti private jet a diska call Britain
ai
see, Omo cause say two a year. Omo no how this can say.
Omo penura. Omo nekrata that's evidence that's your deba.
The Reverend Oma we team yesa di sike free Oma we mu ekọ.
Ya de ko so wo wia.
Aya say mo.
Sabe ya wa hai na so obisika bi da ha no bi wia so mfa nto ha. Wo ba ko to edan foforo mu. Na akire no akoyi ni wadi. Ohunti no me person chese I will protect the public person na President Akufo-Addo kai no sa na obwa wa protecting na President Akufo-Addo na wode elupre han elupre enam wiem no na Ghana ne twa ho ka no enti sa wo se wo protect the public person wo nko han special jets ye twa ka kese abra obetimi afa what saying common jet international jetta ubako VIP na VIP akotra ho kama ba papa nwene Ghana ho ntino woye ne sa ye mami ayi sisier da pay wodi ayi contract bi ekoman $45 million la yi college lagun asede ye timu keke abrasa sika mi kura mi ya nka metimi adi mu 1/3 aye amade aka no nka me da hwe me how far na aboa enti die papa Akufo-Addo eni Dr. Bawumia eni MPP aban beka yese ye tisika so enso kom de yen sesi me no kase ekom na yoko gali Akufo-Addo bae na gari ni adua ukuta 5 cedis utimi to eni kusua onya maye no utimi to gari ni adua plus kusua 5 cedis wudi anoka kama obaye so person wudi gari ni adua ni kokko ni kusua na wudia this all more than 10 cities enti sa papa we no krese we ye west president wa be ha Ghana wa ma Ghana was I kan bibi kura say was Ghana beyond aid that is say ye kodru ba bia ye hia moa ye be de ye ho apostle say si Ghana ye hia moa
na mbo no kura de adru ni ba bia ko
so what you say enti say we wura no in fact there will or tablet is information no nyame nhra no
Reverend say one village one down also mayo
apostle drum rebia ye be your program say ya yam fresrim yam fra baabi ho me ta fresrim ebusa nanse kura wo mo yi esrem asase bi anko mo koye dam blocks egu ho kura na 1000 enna ye ntu amana bia wo ho enua na sisi ho contractor no a wo be ye sa dam no ye tua ne ka dadada consultant no a ono di marketi ho ne ka ye bebo no consultant ne kama mete ye say wagini die dadada wagini dollars ade ne yenye because so wagini die atibia ma wo mu Akufo-Addo aboyeka dam be no aye o munye hu mo si president mama e ko fa confirm so be yen e man confirm no o mo so o motuko ye nyina gitu so wa anya de wo de dam de sentu nka yena ye hu ye seeing is believing president Akufo-Addo abogana form wa bogana ka free education wa ka ye no de waye free education de waye ye be na baso nenso so o de BT yen free education se de wo si ye no kra no
papa be ka ho asem
yo ene ma fancy ha
papa be ka ho asem na
eti napko obie kwan se unemployment you know problem na wa ha no wote so na wo ma se university graduates amotifie nyina mo apply for adwuma ne yam famo ne yam mo sika kakra 700 cities na wo ya na wo pa adwuma na wonya adwuma na nka wafiri mu kɔ na obi fofra be ade nsonso na won napko any year what is it youth employment agency no nsonso be dem
say ya na omo didi to so na
abaye omo dia o sa nipa bia no oye nipa bonini oye wudini obi a ade wo ho na wo kata so na opeso fa ade foforo na wo change ntade no na wo de adedi ato so oye deceiver oye bo nsama na wo ho
what make you point be ansa na ebeka kotie yi ade pa na ya na wo ye politicians na dream mu say ye building a nation so na me ma ya duru hasi na wo ba won to aso na wo so be create bibi foforo won chen na adekro no so wantimi anya kra ma mewe zabia no ye gina ba bia ye ntimi ko yanimo
na ya sambo kan apostle doctor wonim say president mama time oye hospital bi of Nkaria side ho afeli ana o maye bi wo Sawia na Sawia de no kra de president kofo ana eko solicitor for loan ti loan no ba ye no na president kofo efriso ana president me say butaya president kofo nya ye de kwaji loan ya adwen papa na o de president kofo de ko Sawia ho president me ba o de hospital ne ko Sawia ho ekodwi ho no mo a o mo start ye mama ba ye na mama so a complete me say menkase ye say president Akufo-Addo ba ye no 2017 no o mo fix air conditions apostle doctor up to 7 no kase ya fix air conditions na wi apenti down hospital no mie
ada na o so mo kase ya wie kra ni so
ya wie ni sa afeli hospital no ya wie but president Akufo-Addo esa ho dia so akobofo so ya agenda 111
ede na si o mka si mi
dia wo kai no kwahye busa me se enta me ya no ba no se wo mo ya obi be ya nsese nko beto aso no na wa dane no ya de foforo se de be ya e bebo ni din na adwe wo mu a ya na menti ase re se sika na mode ye no mode Ghana din
Ghana sika
na akwaje na mo davete sa adwen no na mo na ye just useless na wa hye fofrase nti wo sa nipa na me hu na se woni nyansa because so woni nyansa o man no sika no a ese no bo ho ban na o ka say wo be protect public person e ho na start me say assemblyman bi ka asem bi ya bi kire me o ya MPP ni wo se John Mama yi blocks na school na wo si bi on area ena omukofa cement 1000 bags e dia begu ho na 1000 bags ni ba ye no ancha na ye to aba omu ba ya na omu stop contractor no say wonya adani si 1000 bags no bu ho ama akeki
wow
school no so o ma metro so enti se wo yo mampanyin na wa aban ba na wo bo aban kase na wo say causing financial loss to the state ye can dia woni say the charge wo
asemo
go charge enti politicians no adrum la say Ghana for yi o musi nchan because wo ye nipa bonefo mamofo wo ma aban no boka ye say ye sika e chain sadienka ye nya ordinary person bi ma no behwe o man so a enka beye
ya me shira fire call na fire call na
Costed it. How much will it cost?
The costing is being done. I mean, very soon we will
Well,
be
you
in a
must have costed
position.
it. You can't make a promise like
No.
that.
Very soon
How
we're going to be putting it out.
You don't know how much.
I do know, but I prefer to tell the Ghanaian people directly before I tell.
Because he did not think through the program proper in order to cost it, just sloganeering. However, in 2020, he somehow again secured an outright majority victory in his second term bid for the presidency at the first round of the 2020 general election with 51.59% of the vote cast, defeating John Mahama for the second time, but with 7 human deaths in that election, first in the history of Ghana's elections. Akufo-Addo's government initially drew broad popularity and support from the Ghanaian public, promising a nationalistic agenda of government by declaring Ghana beyond aid agenda, which was lauded by the whole continent and the nation behind him. The first term of President Akufo-Addo regime saw appointments of over 125 ministers of states and their deputies, which ballooned the government expenditure in the history of the country, which many critics call as job for the boys. However, in his second term in office, this number dropped down to about 80+ ministers. Nana Akufo-Addo's government has implemented policies aimed at fostering economic growth, improving infrastructure, and enhancing social welfare programs and digitalization. Initiatives such as the free senior high school program have expanded access to education for Ghanaian youths. But currently, the program has failed due to improper planning and implementation of the program, though the FSHS program has seen a significant increase in enrollment figures. There are a lot of challenges bedeviling the program, such as lack of accommodation, infrastructure, quality, feeding, and logistics. While Planting for Food and Jobs initiative was aimed at boosting agricultural productivity and food sufficiency, as well as job creation, the program has also failed miserably due to improper planning and reckless spending and ended up at sloganeering stage. President Akufo-Addo's administration also rolled out several flagship programs, such as One District, One Factory, One Village, One Dam, Operation Galem, Stop, One Constituency, $1 million, to address key challenges facing the nation. But all these were fiasco. Most of them had become avenues for government officials to loot or siphon state resources for personal gains. The latter part of Akufo-Addo's tenure has, however, been marred by the worst financial crises in the history of Ghana, with inflation reaching up to 53% in 2023, and currently around 25%, with high unemployment rate hovering around 14%. While the exchange rate has hit a record high of $1 to 13 cedis. During his campaign in 2014-2015, this was what President Akufo-Addo said about the exchange rate.
$1, 1 CD. In the time of Mills and Mahama, 2 CDs, $1. If I was them, I would say to the people of Ghana, I'm sorry. We are sorry for the poor work we have done.
His government has, however, attributed all the challenges to Russia-Ukrainian war and the COVID-19 pandemic, though COVID-19 and Russia-Ukraine war play some role in the economic downturn. Many neutral observers and political watchers.
It's here na Oma Kenya. Say Adeba con di Brigana for any so free education.
Sir.
Nana Ochre say free education. Or an interview no Busan say and she said Ben or I or the Quambe no fast will be cigar. Reverend I'm passing free education or maybe this.
Apostle Doctor Fred also nipa sir wo be ye wo pe to me bi na wo hu se nipa ni hia de we na wo ka na wo ma no ya akono na nipa no gitum no nti wo de mawa na wo antimi anya na sade entia wo de abri na ni so se according to the man yi kan once one interview no obisa na se kaskasa na be shim president Akufo-Addo antimi anka emre be so me kan me se wo bu man ana sabe wo ye dwumade bi na unni sika wo twa to ho se sika we na me di hye me ye sure say studio ri a wo ye wa hu ne say 50 million betimi aye wo dream big na wo ye nti basaka bi bana wo koye kura no a how nti broni kasam ye obi bi say estimate nti estimate no ye wo undercast and overcast. Ubetimi ya estimate wo form but wo ye no na apeja. Enti nka President Akufo-Addo the then candidate Akufo-Addo na se ko timi etimi impress emrofo ne se me susu se me de ba se 1 billion Ghana cedis and the best start. Na chire me hwe no se e wo se ye to so ane yaye. Wa ndimi anka Wasi ya chire ne behwe ne yaye ho aye papa no amwa Ghana oni plan bia ne mum na eye de osusu se wo kan Ghana fa bagina tum no wonder sebe wumi ase oba wode kaya ye progo eba be fa contract kwan so
ene mompe electric ya
ana me kan
bo be ya na
entino saa dia owura yi kan nyina kire se ye politicians no womo efra yani womo kekansem edigu yasom na ya ma atoba mbata womo akomamu no womo so womo ntimi nye saa dia no
alright never be your my abobo oboso ba ko a ebehie mu ni se oba ya no so be ma $1 million yeah, for every
district
no unya ntie se ye adwuma
anko me kura me heda bisa anko na de na MPP for kan se o de ambulance aba na ambulance no so no iskano enru when say $1,000
no say ambulance no there no what the baby
I was no up to now 20 or by 2017 no ambulance no nko an no de ya wa mfa na Apostle Doctor ne promise or promise you no dear otimide ya adwuma free SHS eno kura mpo no ana na man no ka no wo se aboa amani pe bere atimi akọ school but so far nkwala no so far wo school mu wo ma didie mu ene education no kura curriculum no education program no enya effective sa di omoda me se me mam yenu na awie free education free SHSCB na eka ma bono me mam yenu hu no e chen tamu a na me manu nko free SHS apart from that me manu ba me busa wo mo SSCC ase to ba Akufo-Addo ni de o mama ni nka hwan na nka mboto mo no o mo ko free education no obi ase won to ba
ya se mo
o mo se o mo nto ba It is a free education, no saboa kwala no anko free school ba ye no. Sanka Akufo-Addo say ye.
Yeah, catch you almost say. Madam for Apostle Quartin, he said
my catch on cross island to Martin control and your home.
One year.
Yeah.
1 year. So them no tea. Because you say also a yema a quiet singer. We are to bo Nana can be there Koba. Because it was secretary or one of them secretary.
Oh, in fact, Nana Kwame Bediako. So wouldn't to toss President Akufo-Addo honing in Bawumia in one. And you got a Ghana for a mistake at Trabama Bawumia and Akufo-Addo. Abrana Kwame Bediako. And you got a Ghana for a young Fonso, a Traba, a Major Mama, and Akufo-Addo, Abra Alancha Martin Woho. To media, me key as a figure, me war moye. You were lunch Martin and I come Bediako. Will be obeying piano, me papa.
That's so be a Benjabia, you say, Chisuba Kunia.
I didn't call lunch Martin co. Naturally, and I come Bediako sober.
We never come myself. Also, we brought the ideas here. When the doctor quoting or Horn, also brought the name of
some banner, my emotions.
Oh, yeah, very powerful. Very powerful.
Come up, Jack and Mafako.
Oh, I remember battery account.
Mate, that's a
so one who said, yeah, I'm trying you. In near way hanging, dear way, metro, or dear way, yeah. What me you go soon now? Okay, now see, I mean, this go. Oh, I said, yeah, me don't feature. You say, my future be one day, what am I mean? I don't say, me boss say, now, my very door. Me picky, do you understand? Maybe say, I feel me when you say, energy, no more.
And never friend in your media part too.
Oh, she says, not going to be there, but when you know, you can go now for my gun. Everybody can be tea.
Tea, come on.
Oh,
I can't know a papa be manoso. Or more, in fact, Akufo-Addo, they were disappointed.
Reverend, Oka say, oh no. I say, baby, or do you a year starting free on now? On also can once them say, now Auburn, not 1 CD, so they are 2 CDs. On a crap patch, I'll say,
I think I don't want my patch out, so I'm disappointed.
Now, also, Reverend, I did back what meant tears here within MP before and said, now I did 4, okay, or no fan 2, so I'm what they call 4. Mama find 4 to 15. Still, I won't defend this.
And yet to 15. 4 I drew 15. So, young years, or young years,
says here another. Reverend Oshes is here. Not some almost incompetent. She say, I get to be near for more.
I get you for the bet me, ma, in an Akufo-Addo neighbor, me and say, we are truthful.
Liars.
We are liars, we are deceivers.
Manipulators.
One more manipulative system, no higher. Oh, see, because in some of the kind, not as if say, one more background, $1 a 4 cities, no mamma, dear coin, no mass action, but form caca.
Exactly.
But or buy, you know, or no, they are called 15. Maybe them who say, and we say, won't freeze, no, do be 18.
And 18, they're not.
Now, dear, I am my rohoka cra, I was some more kind of say. Mama, dear, free $1 to 4 cities, no. 1 city to 4 cities, I think, or patcho. Mama, and Timmy and Pacho. President Akufo-Addo. Senor been a cashier one I walk out there. Pagana chow.
I say, Reverend Cody and Yacho, I saw a party.
One son crown resigning. So I'm disappointing because the Ocas will be and went to me and yet. And go up pay a chow, no party. No, I step down. Then 5 months as a 6 months. Yadama, Bumia. So I don't
care. Can you? What generation can you put? Quirkiest.
No, President Akufo-Addo. I'm a more obi. I look and know you too much. We will see, Mama, Emuade, when Timmy Pacho. We won't pay a chow. Walk or cheer him for so I was a celebrity. I mean, Saka Crabby.
aka krebi na baby ahemfo no ya ko gina ahemfo nso of so me
omukra mo mane ma ho aka kra so kwa na ahemfo nso do dwane
ana fa ya ko na afi ya nhwe na
mismanagement of public funds, excessive borrowing, and corruption. Akufo-Addo's government has also gone on a borrowing spree under the auspices of the finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta, nicknamed Mr. Eurobond Minister, and has borrowed the country to unsustainable debt level and eventually took the country to IMF for bailout in May 2023. Subjecting the country to both domestic and foreign debt restructuring, leaving domestic creditors with haircut. Let's look at some of the statistical figures under his predecessor, John Dramani Mahama, and President Akufo-Addo regime. In 2016, under President Mahama, inflation was 15%. Public debt was 120 billion cedis since independence. Unemployment rate was 6.8%. Debt to GDP was 56%. Credit rating was B+. While under President Nana Akufo-Addo in 2024, inflation is 25%, public debt is 610 billion cedis, unemployment rate is 14%, debt to GDP is 103%, credit rating is junk.
Asana yadebeko yenya finance minister. Oye to say a meme, win my meme.
Onu moja.
And waka ho. Na 90. First in history. And party ne nkrofo mu etimi enipa be 85% to me story I said no president yes so a finance minister no on according to near okay no say ohwe former president and current president here Akufo-Addo abobesia chair president bia Reverend na still on some crofo gina ho no mo say yento abama wo mo a mesro sese o kan se bi na kama ya nhwe ye kura na yensem bebrebe a ya kan no no be yafu tituafo tie na yempie ba bi fa because sa dum sie no na kura nyame na ayi adum ayi hunu
Afoso Dr. Medawase na ayi papayas from kan Ghana for muntie ha de o kan ye reality no kure nyese bia e wo mu say sa wo hwede ne kasaye no a wo de bo aban na chi but ye mu sa say no kure na say no kure no kure o say president ya ifri Kwame Nkrumah so bepim omampani jo mama so o mabobosia 120 billion Ghana cedis. And the President Akufo-Addo nkwa bobosia anase bodika 620 billion cedis. Na mumientia ha enya 620 billion nya bosia na Akufo-Addo ko boy nkwa do sika wa bosia wa boso pa. Nemum interest rate no esan kosoro no na o masa agi bond o ma agi bond bebre na bond so the interest rate na enti ama wode kana wuntimi ntua na yasan de bi tum wode kana wuntua ne de bi tum sa President Akufo-Addo penso ya yesika na every day one ya oba so kopim eda obe free swing wonyam free swing ye de ka says over 600 billion Ghana cedis woni bawumia na aboye ka ni MPP abani nyina na aboye ka original minister any ministers ahodo nyina na ka ho Ghana for mesremo monwene o man hu na monto aba no entia MPP ni na ban na wo mo nkotena ese na wo mo susu say wo mo ye competent sa wo mo ye under incompetent impo we de blofu de minko na makreti wo mo incompetent no mo sa wo form chain incompetent enti mesremo mo a yesi yamfa t-shirt mamo na mo a mo se MPP ya de bo kura begina ho de party colors ne gu no so a ye beto abama no mesremo munsua nyansa obi biala wa ye na adwen so beto abama MPP ni Dr. Bawumia mesremo moma yehunu se enne se wo efri de ya kan nyina chi woto abama no na se wa anyusu wa adwen na unnim nyansa because wo mpe o man so yie enti masem a me ka de ama mu nyina ne se obi biara obeto aba ama MPP bie no opega na ahwe ase opega na nimguase opega na sa yentimi nkoye nim na yede etro na ebedi wo man so na emomum yempe obi a wo woda yeso wo botaye papa na enya taxes a yebetutumu na enya anumudwa any a kind of promise a entimi nya adwuma saa nipa no mamum yemfa wo man nhye ne nsa na mom yehwehwe baabia yebetimi adi nkunim na mde masem awie ye nyina ne se yewura alantrematen yewura nana kwame bidiako yewura John Mama omo ye fa better than President Akufo-Addo team ya omo person omo sabe are very crafty, are very criminal to do that. So we are sir, we try about my woman. We a wicked person in Ghana. Don't be wicked. God bless you.
God bless you. Meso mami, just a second. Meso I Reverend the John Mahamba can ye nursing check because on the cross so ni the over here. They won't say ni permi nuya okay no. Say ye to me na ye pegja omienu na parties aka no omonkotra baabi na omonkoje omahome sezi e kase nyina yeyem kosua abobo because enhwe ye na jefun a ye aka nyina enti sese no ye jam ha ya monihwe ni tie mbati enka bi bye bye.